Today I'm going to talk about an AI no-code app builder and going to get into why it's going to be super helpful for you if you're not already using it. Many businesses are already using them in certain ways. We'll talk about exactly what it is, who it is, and what I've been doing with these tools that are helping me build tools and features inside of Funder Intel, and then help pass them on to other people that can use them for different reasons. So if you're a loan broker, if you're a funder, if you're a lead generator, someone who wants to bring in more website traffic or more leads, and et cetera, you should be really using some of these tools if you're not already. And I'm not a coder, I'm not a web developer. I just started using some things, not long ago, building some websites that were click and drag and all that. So I'm not the software engineer or web developer, but I've learned a few things and anyone can learn them. And now it's easier than ever. However, the web developers who are experienced are going to use these tools at another level. So they're just going to make their job much easier and make things that much more quickly and, as they say, ship them to the market. So uh, let's walk through a couple of different things. Now, the company is Base44. Base44 is a company that just burst onto the scene. They are an AI app builder. Wix just recently bought them for $80 million. They only launched 6 months prior to that sale. So in 6 months, this guy, an Israeli guy, built this app and they built this platform and sold it to Wix for $80 million. And Wix is also an Israeli-run company, a publicly traded company now. And that's who Funder Intel is built on top of. So I follow Wix, I use it, and now that they bought Base 44, I said I would give it a try. I've used other AI app builders, and they're really good. There's a couple that have raised major venture capital and are really just crushing it right now. So if you're not using these, now is the time. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to get into it. And before I do that, you may have seen the Gator shirt. It is that time of year, so it's college football season starting. Gators play Saturday, so I figure why not? Let's go Gators. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so here's the home screen for Base 44 and when I'm logged in. So you can see my recent apps here. Okay, so what it is, it's what would you build today? Describe your app idea or get inspired by our templates, right? So if you click, like if you want a CRM to build your own CRM, you could do something like this. Let's just say for content creators, right? And then this would do this. The apps that I've already built. In fact, one that is already in use and it's on our one of our pro plans is the matching tool. I built it in part using no code AI app builder. It was a different one. And so just to give you an idea, this is available on our website where we list, funders directly. You can plug in information and you get a matching percentage on funders that that deal would fit with. Okay. But to get back to this, here's the app that I built. This is the end result of what I did. And basically, now let's say a few days, and to be honest with you, there was some back and forth, and that's what happens with these AI apps, is that you have to really figure out and understand how to talk to it, how to prompt it, and then, figure out what the whole app and platform is capable of. It can't just do every single thing, but it can do amazing things and very quickly. So that's why, again, if you already are a web developer, you're going to have a much easier time than someone who's a newbie. And that's what I'm giving you to those who are newer, who just want to play around with it. This is vibe coding. That's what vibe coding is. If you're not familiar, it's getting on one of these AI app builders and just coding and figuring out what you can do with these. All right. So if we go to this is the conversation and the back. Well, this is now the front facing view. Here's the dashboard view. Um, what I decided to do was just build something that will, it's basically a assessment to see what type of loan product a business would be best qualified for or would likely qualify for. So essentially, it's an assessment, or you're going to enter some inputs, and then it's going to then give you the percentage qualification percentage for all SBA loans, term loans, lines of credit, equipment financing, and on and on. Revenue-based financing or MCAs, venture capital, and traditional bank loans. All right. And essentially, once you're done, now you'll have these, and then there's going to be a lead capture section where if the user wants to continue on, they can talk to you further. So, and then this is the back end. So this is how where I was talking with Base44 and going through it. It's basically all this is the conversation to then even just today making a couple of different edits. Um, so you have an analytics dashboard. You can build this more thoroughly, all the different security measures, where the data is stored. So all these things are done here in Base 44, where you're not going to get that in ChatGPT. I don't have to, this is hosted on Base 44. I don't have to host it anywhere else. I embedded this into Funder Intel. Okay, so I just took the URL that they basically give you, right? It's here. When you hit the share button, yeah, once you publish it, you get a URL. You can do with that whatever you would like, or you can connect your domain to this app directly. And so that way there is no, you don't need to mask your domain. It's just a straight, basically transfer, essentially to your domain. You got to move around some DNS records and some other things, but Base 44 will walk you through that, no problem. So let's just get to it as far as the demo goes. All right. So again, we want to find out with some inputs, with some things, fields that you're going to choose, what this business would most likely qualify for. So the first part is a business name, but you don't have to put anything real. You can just put, a sample name. The way that the main thing this is used for is tracking. So how do we know what business this is or what the user who submitted it, right? What kind of business? Let's just say technology. You drop down boxes, make it easy, make it an S corp. Been in business 9 years. How many employees you got? You got 20. Go to the next step, annual revenue. Let's say 500K, right? Average monthly revenue. These two numbers don't have to necessarily add up. Pick your credit score. Got very good credit. Business credit score, you know what? I don't know. Let's say debt to income, 10. And then this, let's say, yeah, let's say 100,000, right? Even though, even whether these numbers matter, or actually it's just to make it, let's just say 50,000 to make it even math. I believe that's correct. Cash flow positive. You can ignore any fields that aren't required. Funding amount needed. Let's say you need 250. Okay. Then business expansion, growth stage expansion. When do you need the funding? Let's say within 30 days. So I can show you the percentages for all the different products. Let's just say we've only moved once. We've been here 8 years. Do we need equipment financing? Nah. Okay. Now document readiness. Again, these are all fields you can add. You can change this up, do whatever you want. If you were creating this app yourself, this tool, let's call it a tool, right? And tax returns, I have them. Bank statements, no problem. I can get them. Business plan, sure. Let's just enter that, see what happens. So analyzing the business, and here's your score. Or here's the eligibility scores in the assessment results, and here's your profile, the main fields. So SBA loans, because it's within 30 days, it's not really a good possibility to be now eligible or to get qualified and get it closed within 30 days is really this combination. I can probably change the words here to make this more accurate, but essentially you're not getting an SBA loan in less than 30 days unless there's some sort of express loan or something that I just don't know that are getting closed within that time period. Business term loans, lines of credit, you see the percentages. Again, this is with limited information that I've entered in. So Base 44 can search the internet and come back with a kind of credit model or underwriting parameters for each loan product. So it'll use that, right? And it'll tell me what it's using, and then I can adjust that. So I can say, all right, anytime it's less than 30 days or it's ASAP, I can make it so SB loan scores drop by 50% or 80%, or maybe zero if I want it, if I said ASAP, like whatever you want. So if it's revenue-based financing, MCA, you need ASAP, of course, I can qualify given, everything else is healthy. So 9 years in business, very good credit, revenue, cash flow positive, etc. This should qualify for most things depending on when you need it. Okay. Now, here's kind of the lead capture. If you're a broker, if you're a lead generator, and if you're a business owner and you're seeing this, that's what we have to do. This is just, that's all it is. Um, okay. Um, you can do all this. All this is very instantly generated once you give it a clue. So now see your lender matches. Now, haven't inputted fully the lenders, but I put a couple of samples in here and I asked Base44 to also pull from the internet. They actually are to give me examples and they created these. I believe these are not, when you click on the buttons, they are not active, they're not real websites. So you input this. This is part where you will have to give them real information, where to place it, and what purposes. Now, or actually, I did make this button active and live. So this just comes back to our revenue-based financing funders list on Funder Intel. Okay. And you ask, how long did this all take? Well, it did take a few days, not like I spent 24 hours in the day doing it, but to get it, a few hours, I would say just a couple of hours a day there was a couple of roadblocks. I had to figure out what was going on. Then I ended up editing things or just changing it up. But let's just do one in real life, and that way you can see. And in fact, I just did this based on one prompt, and you'll see. So let's just really go back to this one. So you can see one of the things that you want to get good at is prompting, and specifically when you're using an AI app builder now, you can actually ask ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity or Gemini, what's the best way to prompt when you ask for, and then whatever you're creating. So in this case, it's creating a funding calculator web app for business owners seeking financing. This is a simple tool, but right, let's just say you want to plug something like this on your website and you don't know how to do it. So I basically got this prompt from ChatGPT and I just copied and pasted it in here, right? So it thought, now Base44 thought for 6 seconds, and it tells you what it's doing, on all these things. And then each section is kind of completed, lead entity, layout, calculator, da, 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 then it gives you the green check mark. And then it's like, okay, create a professional funding calculator app with smart estimation algorithm, lead capture system, detailed results showing multiple funding types, and CSV export functionality. So basically it would be, okay, publish. And then it's going to ask you first be a public version. Publishing will make your app accessible to users using the publish, yeah, to users at the public link. Um, Okay, so I just made a couple adjustments on the security of this and to make it public. So we published it, right? It's published now. And so I mean, honestly, this was within minutes. If you already have the prompt ready to go and you just want to see the working kind of prototype, I mean, you can already see a couple things like why is the G cut off there? There's a formatting issue, right? But all of these things are so much quicker than things that you may have worked on or used in the past. So let's say monthly revenue, let's say excellent, 2 to 5 years, and healthcare. So here you go. So 540,000 is just your estimate on that. Whatever the algorithm it's using to come up with this, would you say that's realistic? If they're doing 90K a month in I think it was healthcare, um, and been around, for a while, or yeah, whatever the inputs were, this seems like it is a realistic option. Now, obviously, it's just super simplistic, right? Based on credit and revenue and whatever in the industry. So now you want to lead capture. The point is that these things are really just built super easily um, when you're, kind of when you know what you want, how to prompt it, and then you go from there. So Base 44, I would highly recommend giving it a try. Their premium plans start at 20 bucks, I think. Let's go back here. They have all kinds of different things that integrations for different apps, right? So you'll be able to integrate whatever you need into the app that you build. They host the URL for you, your app, your tool for you, and go, down the list of what you can do with these things. I think right now there is a rush to get new tools, new apps, new everything out there. There's people making a ton of, money, building businesses and just new tools for their existing business like myself. So that's really what I have for this video. I think if you are eager to move your business forward, to add things that are dynamic for your business, for your website, that can attract new users that you're pushing out, on social media and everything else using ChatGPT, but you want something that's really going to help you move the needle, you have to be messing around with these AI app builders. I mean, they're incredible and they're only going to get better. I mean, this is already night and day from when I tried a couple of the others 4 or 5 months ago. So, anyway, again, my name's Shane Mahabir, president and founder of Funder Intel. Go Gators. Everyone have a good season out there, and we'll see you next time in the next video. Thanks for watching.